says this left it with a funding gap. Machila says the revenue shortfall cannot be achieved by belt tightening alone, and it's important to move forward towards cost-effective and reflective tariff urgently. Now, the power utility also says it's in discussion with the National Treasury to find a long-term funding solution. Eskom says it's aware of its obligations and will continue to guarantee security of supply of electricity in support of economic growth. Now we have to wait and see that and find out if there's going to be any rolling blackouts. South African Taxi, or SA Taxi rather, South Africa's leading specialist financial services provider to the taxi industry, has launched 2 insurance products: Khusela Taxi Insurance and Khusela Taxi Business Insurance. The products are aimed at helping operators improve the safety of their taxis, protect their business operations, and earn extra revenue. Now, to tell us more about this, we had of sales in insurance at Khusela, Maroba Maduma. Now, good morning to you and welcome to AM News, Maroba.
Good morning, Elvis. Thank you very much for having me in.
Now, this sounds exciting. Is this a first for South Africa?
Well, definitely in terms of innovation, it is a first for South Africa. There are other insurance companies and we do have competitors, but from an innovation point of view, we can definitely say we're at the forefront.
What are we talking about innovation?
Well, in terms of product, I mean, we've been in the market as a finance house for many years. So we've gotten to interact with the associations and with the operators on a day-to-day basis. I mean, just yesterday I was sitting with a Ekurhuleni executive, getting to know a little bit more about what they need. You know, and because of that, we were able to then design a product specifically aimed at not only helping them insure their assets, but also create a more stable business environment for them, which is why I say that that's part of the innovation of it.
Okay. Now, you have 2 products. The one is Khusela Taxi Insurance and the other one is Business Insurance. Yes. Explain the difference between the 2.
It's a very subtle difference, Elvis, in that the Khusela Taxi Insurance is for clients that are not financed by SA Taxi Finance. The business insurance is more for clients that are financed by SA Taxi Finance. The subtleties come in where you have some things which are optional benefits on the taxi, which are embedded within the business the business insurance.
Is it possible for the taxi industry and taxi operators to actually afford insurance?
That's what we've actually made it to become at the moment, because we understand that the cost of running a taxi business is very high. Petrol costs being up there with them, as well as obviously other running costs for the taxi. So what we've tried to do is, in both products, embed ways in which the guys can actually earn other revenue streams, helping them further actually pay for their actual running costs.
And how do they do that?
You've got a few ways. You've got this Khusela cashback, which you can earn. That's one of the innovations, by the way. You can earn it from month 1 after you activate. All you have to do is just activate it, and we give you 10% of your actual monthly installment back into your pocket, so that you can actually obviously then pay less, if you know what I mean. And then the second of the benefits then being the media moolah. The media moolah is where we allow our clients to actually advertise within their taxis, and we pay them a monthly amount for the term of that contract. All they need to do is qualify for it, be on a specific route, and if there's interest, then we put them in there.
Now, tell us about the involvement of the country's top taxi insurances, such as brokers such as Scotfin, Fenshaw, and TaxSure, I think.
TaxSure. So we have 2 ways in which we avail ourselves to our clients. We have a direct model where they can call us or walk into any
cut
of our
out the
branches.
middleman.
Not necessarily. We don't actually just cut out the middleman, which is where the brokers come in. That's the second one. Some clients do prefer to deal through a broker, and they want that one-on-one interaction with the broker. So that's where these brokerages come in. So the ones that we have at the moment started dealing with are the ones that you mentioned, which is TaxSure, Venshaw, and Scotfin, who are then allowed to then sell our product to the market.
Now, it also indicated in your press briefing that the Khusela Taxi will help improve the safety of taxis on the road. How does that help?
That is actually one of the ways in which we again say it's innovative, because we understand, I mean, 15 million commuters use taxis on a daily basis, so we want to ensure that the nation is moving forward and not moving into graveyards, you know. So what we've done is we've designed our cashback benefit as well as our other benefits in such a way that they are safety related. So you actually have to take your vehicle in for a safety check, which is free, so we make sure that the taxi itself is in running condition. Also, from a claims point of view, I'm sure my colleagues are going to be very happy that I mentioned this. from a claims point of view, we ensure that we obviously get the right panel beaters to do the right job to make sure that the taxis are in running condition when they get onto the road.
Talking about that, because a number of people are saying, taxis are coffins on wheels. Do you think there is definitely a gap in the market, and is that what you've identified as such?
Look, I wouldn't say coffin on wheels per se. Look, there are those out there that don't insure their vehicles, that don't take care of them. But what we've noticed, the majority of them just honestly aren't geared towards it because they perceive insurance to be very expensive. So we've made it so that they can join in. But part of the innovation was that we want to go out and teach our colleagues in the market more about the insurance industry, more about how to better make sure that their vehicles aren't perceived in such a bad way. They can't be coffins if they're driving the nation as they are at the moment,
So now, who is eligible for this insurance? All taxi owners?
Anybody who has a taxi that is in running condition, and whether it be financed by us or financed by any other bank, or even not financed at all.
So, and if you can give us an indication, ballpark figure, what are we talking about that insurance premium per month?
Again, it's very difficult to tell because, it depends on the province, it depends on anywhere else. But I can definitely tell you that we are very, very competitive.
But competitive meaning what? 50 Rand, 100 Rand, 200 Rand? What does it say?
Well, look, I can tell you we've got clients who pay 750 Rand depending on their risk profile, and we've got clients that pay about 1,600. On average, I would say we're around about 1,500, 1,600.
Clients have you got signed up as yet?
Well, we're sitting at the moment on just over 17,000 of the market, and we're obviously still going very, very strong.
How big is the market, though? Is there still
There's still a lot of growth. There's still a lot of growth. I'm talking about now, we have just the finance side of things. We're looking at about 80,000 finance vehicles out there, not finance per se, but insured vehicles out there. Obviously, the market leader having the majority of that share, but there's still a huge amount of taxis out there that haven't been insured properly, and that's what we're gearing ourselves to do.
Taxi owners, taxi operators, anybody that owns a taxi right now, whether it is a 16-seater or a 2-seater, how do they get hold of you?
Perfectly so. Either if you're dealing with any one of the brokers we've mentioned now, please go to your broker and actually let them know that you're interested in actually joining Khusela Taxi or Khusela Business. Otherwise, call us directly on 0800 214 790.
Can you repeat?
0800 214 790.
790.
Yes, my boss is going to be very happy I remembered that.
And is there a website perhaps that people can help with?
Absolutely. You can go into our website, which is www.sataxi.co.za.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time, Maroba, for joining us here on AM Live.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. I think it's a very innovative product.
We appreciate the time.
Thank you so much. That was Maroba Maduma, the head of sales in insurance at Khusela. And of course, you can contact them at 0800 214 790 or www.taxisa.co.za. Now that's your business news for now. Still ahead. More than 200 people have died from the Ebola virus in Guinea, making it one of the worst ever outbreaks of the disease.
SABC, sharing 20 years of inspiration.
Zoom into Africa. This is Senegal. The president is Mr. Macky Sall. Senegal withdrew from the Mali Federation on 20 August in 1960. The population is more than 13 million people. One of the major languages spoken is French. Monetary unit is CFA.
Welcome back to AM News.